Hi everybody, this is Milligan. Um, does the new MacBook Pro give you gas gear acquisition syndrome? You want to have it? Me too, kind of. But I try to stay calm. First of all, I don't really have the money, so I would have to finance it, and actually, I would have a way to do that. But I decided not to get it right now. Why? Because I hate the FaceTime camera that the bad quality. I'm joking. It's not about that, but still, I think it's weird that they put together such a beautiful laptop with the specs and then include this very old, low resolution video camera. I mean, and on the other side they sell the super nice camera in the iPhones and iPads, so it doesn't make sense. But anyhow, here is why I decided not to upgrade, not to buy one right now. Uh, I I'm using Hackintosh. It's quite old now. It's I think from 2012. i7 free 3700K, I think. Um, and it's for the most part it's running quite good, and it still gives me a very good performance, or quite good performance, I should say, in when I do edit video on it or use it for graphic design things. I mean, it would be really nice to have a 8 core 16 thread processor or something like that, but I don't know. I even ordered new parts to build me one, and I almost was ready to spend that money. I mean, I spent it, but most probably I will send it back to Amazon because I changed my mind. First of all, the MacBook Pro came out, and I thought, well, it would be cool to have a mobile device so I can bring it with me to my customers and so on. But then on the other hand, I don't know. It's crazy to spend so much money on a device like this. And if I really wanted to be like, you know, the optimal specs for the things that I would like to do with it, I think I would take the 8 core model with the 2.3 gigahertz processor i9. I would bump the RAM up to 32 gigabytes, and I would use the 8 GB graphic card. Um, I think I'm fine with 1 terabyte of SSD. Yeah, and that's at least in euro. That's 3,799 euro. That's almost 3,800 euros. 3,800 euros, and you have a laptop that's still overheating, that has a stupid old Face ID camera, uh, FaceTime chat. How do you call that camera that's on top on the laptop? Well, I don't really care that much, but I care because they even care about how it looks inside this Mac, and everything has to be black and so on. And then they put this stupid old camera on it. It's an insult kind of to the design and specs. Actually, it's a joke. I don't know. Anyhow, um, well, see, that's a lot of money if I want it the way I would kind of set up a real computer or a Hackintosh. I mean, to change my system to the same specs or even better specs, it costs me 900 euros versus 3,800 euros. It's almost 3,000 euros more for the laptop, and then at the end, the laptop will not be as powerful as my new Hackintosh. The new Hackintosh, if I would build it like that, it would be as powerful as a 14 core iMac Pro, but for much, much, much less money, of course. So I am still debating with myself if I should upgrade. I haven't even opened it up to the i9. I don't know why it comes in the black something that it says bad sticker. I don't know, but it should be a new i9 9900K, 32 gigabyte of fast memory. Um, then a new motherboard and a Noctua cooler, and the graphic card. For now I would stick to my RX 580. It's still good enough. And well, this all together cost me around 900 euros. If I would buy the laptop that I would like to have, it's 3,800 euros, and I think and it won't be as fast as this thing, not nearly as fast as this thing. So I kind of am almost over my gas, because it's just too expensive. On the other hand, it would be cool to have a laptop, like a decent one, to bring to my customers when I do photo shootings, even when I record some video for them. So I'm thinking maybe it makes more sense to stick to the base model. Don't upgrade anything. Just get the 16-inch base model, and use the rest of the money to upgrade my Hackintosh, because the base model would be in euro. Let me check it. That's 2,700 euros basically. So I could get the base model, and what were the prices that I said? What am I doing? That was 3,000. Was it 3,900? What did I say? Oh my god, I cannot remember the things. It was the i9, the 32 gigabytes of DDR3, and the fast graphics, 3,800 euros. So 3,800 versus, what was I saying? 2,000. Sorry, it's late here. Versus so minus 2,700. It's 1,100 euro difference between the base model and the model that would replace my workstation here. So I think for me it makes far more sense to get the base model, have something mobile, have something quite powerful, have less thermal throttling, so you get actually maybe more performance out of your parts, although you pay less for it. And I mean, how to explain it? Of course, the i9 will be a little bit more powerful, and the upgraded GPU will be helping a lot. Maybe it still would make sense to upgrade the GPU, because 4 gigabyte is just, I mean, let's upgrade the GPU. So then that brings me from 2,700 euros to where's this, to 2,940 euros. Still 3,800 minus 2,940 is about 860 euros. So this is my upgrade of my Hackintosh. So I think it makes sense to upgrade my Hackintosh, maybe, if I cannot stick for another time with my old system, because it's most of the times it's fast enough, to be honest. I mean, last time I tried to export a video, it was maybe, I think, 1.5 hours of footage, 4K footage, which I filmed with two cameras. So I had a multicam um, setup, and I cut it the multicam thing, and it was 1.5 hour. And when I pressed on export to uh, to the desktop, it took roughly about around 20 minutes. So even on this old Hackintosh, it took me 20 minutes to export uh, two cameras of 4K footage into one full HD video. 20 minutes. So it's pretty good time, and working in the timeline is fast enough. Um, the only time when I miss kind of a higher core CPU is when I'm when I'm trying to do multiple things at the same time, kind of. And I'm sure the i9 would be so much better and so much faster. I just don't know if I really want to invest that money right now, because I hate Intel. I would love to update to a Ryzen Touch, but I know they're not as stable, and well, they're stable, but it's much harder to set them up, and they're not performing as well in Final Cut Pro, and I need it for Final Cut basically. But there's another way, another possibility. I saw some people use virtualization software to to have a virtual Mac and a virtual PC or whatever. So you have, I think it's based on Linux, and and then you run whatever you need. But still, I guess it would be still better to use a Intel CPU for the Hackintosh, because of QuickSync, and because Apple is, or macOS is so optimized for the Intel CPU, and their all little uh, hardware acceleration things that is built in. So I'm still not sure if I should spend the money now, or kind of wait and see what the next generation will bring. And also, kind of, I think it's a stupid time to buy a Intel CPU, because the AMD CPUs, the Ryzen, are so much better, uh, bang for the buck. And I hated that the prices are still so high on the Intel CPUs. I mean, this i9 was 540 euros, I think, just the CPU, and I think it should be under 400. It should be under 400 for this stupid CPU, but the prices are still up and not going down, and I hate that. It should be under 400. I mean, come on, AMD is showing the way, but Intel doesn't give a shit. I don't know. Whatever. So I need to decide if I upgrade my Hackintosh A, and then I thought the best way would be to maybe to upgrade my Hackintosh, relax about the Mac Pro, and you know save some money, and don't use some financing things. Just save the money, and when I have enough money, I can just buy a MacBook Pro if I still have the feeling I need it. I mean, to be honest, I have a MacBook Air from 2012, I think. It was the 11-inch MacBook Air from 2012, the first one with USB 3. I bought it because actually the same idea. I wanted to have something mobile, and then I would have an iMac, and later an Hackintosh at home, where I could really do the heavy lifting. Because let's be realistic. How often do you edit a 2 hour long video, or 1.5 hour long video, or something like that, or even a 1 hour long video, um, while you have how to say, um, if I'm working on such a big or long video, I would I don't think that I would do that traveling, or you know I would maybe need the laptop just to save the SSD to a hard drive and start editing somewhere, but I wouldn't export that project on a MacBook Pro. Um, it would probably take much longer than on a real iMac or on a Hackintosh. But I think the great thing about the MacBook Pro is that it's snappy, it's fast, it's beautiful, and it's mobile. And if I would go to a client and take pictures, I could edit them there. It would be fast enough. But for that kind of work, or even for short, I don't know, YouTube videos like 10 minutes, 20 minutes videos max, the base model is fast enough. So why spend the money to have a all-in-one solution, which you can not upgrade the RAM, you can not upgrade the storage, even you cannot upgrade anything, more or less. You're stuck to that with that machine. So I don't know. I'm not ready to spend 3,800 euros to have the perfect machine that replaces um, my desktop setup, and it would not replace it because it will never be as powerful as a probably a cooled system. And down the road, I will upgrade the RX 580 to a more modern card when I see that I need more performance, or Final Cut has problems with the videos. But you can't do that on a laptop, or not on the MacBook Pro at least. And so I think for me, and maybe it's not just me, it would make much more sense to have a powerful Hackintosh or iMac. Well, I don't like the iMac as well because they're basically a laptop where you can upgrade the RAM, and else you're stuck with the stupid things that are inside, and in a few years it will be old and not performing as well because you cannot upgrade the video card. So I think I will maybe wait, or maybe upgrade my um, Hackintosh right now, and work. Try to get more clients and save some money. And when I'm ready, I would get the base model MacBook Pro. And don't be ashamed of it. No, just get the base model, for the basic work you have to do on the road. You don't need a super spec dot thing that will not perform like a super spec dot thing, because it's just so thin, and it will really not give you the best experience if you really need to work, to put it to work. If you just need to cut under 10 minutes or under 20 minutes YouTube video or something, you you will be happy with the base model anyways. So that's my video. Let me know what you think. I'm sorry for the bad quality. I know it's bad, and my language is not great, and my background is horrible, but I need to start getting comfortable in front of this camera, and even if it means that I'm just talking to myself more or less, um, I have to practice. So I'm sorry, and thank you for, if you watched so far, thank you for watching and listening to me. Let me know what you think, and yeah, what would you recommend? Stick to my old Hackintosh? I mean, it's still going strong, kind of. Or upgrade my Hackintosh? Or sell my Hackintosh and buy a MacBook Pro? Which model? The base model, or the 3,800 euro model? What would you do? And I don't have 3,800 euros right now just to spend, but let's say, what would you do? Write me down in the comments and subscribe, because I'm gonna do a lot more videos, and I will practice, and then maybe one day, not maybe one day, latest in 2020, I will get to over 1,000 subscribers. I will get, this YouTube monetization thing going on, because I actually would like to have a community, and I would like to have a thing where I can talk about my thoughts and kind of relax with that, and have an outlet for my ideas and all these things. But it it's always so hard for me to find time, and it's always so hard for me to watch myself, and to hear myself when I'm editing the videos. But maybe I have to do this kind of live thingy, and just don't edit it, and just don't give a shit. But still try to improve my performance and my delivery, and my how I talk, and formulating the sentences so that it also makes sense for you. And yeah, thank you for your support. That's all. See you soon. Bye bye.